We got some new things on the scene, man. And we got a crazy one. Crazy name. Thick chocolate, dark chocolate, chocolate thunder. Chocolate thunder. I said chocolate thunder. That nasty, I think it's a nasty color. Your Suds Lab has it. Who else has it? Chocolate Thunder got it now.
Dark Fury.
Dark Fury. It's like that nasty brown color. Like, I don't even want to use it. It just looks nasty. Whatever. People like it. They say it works. So a new company, I don't know what company it is, but they call theirs Chocolate Thunder. Sounds a little explicit in more ways than one. Chocolate Thunder. Exotic dancer. What is Chocolate Thunder? Who said, hey, I got the name Chocolate Thunder.
Sound like you gotta drop them.
I got this Chocolate Thunder word moving.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Hey man, I got to go. Hey man, I can't make it in today. I got a Chocolate Thunder.
Oh, that's bad.
He's like, hey man, just stay home. No, just take care. Take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. But anyway, it also reminded me of Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Coming to America. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check this one out.
Sexy chocolate.
That Sexual Chocolate.
That boy good.
That boy good. That was the name of the group, Sexual Chocolate. So as soon as I heard that Chocolate Thunder, whole bunch of weird stuff started coming in my head. I said, man, what a name. That name of the year, Chocolate Thunder. And okay,
yeah, I guess it's better than the other crap. The Scorpion 87.
Oh, I don't know, man. There's some terrible names out there.
I take Chocolate Thunder.
We'll have the top 5 worst detailing product names coming soon. The IK Foamer officially released the battery powered joint. I'm seeing it on the scene, and that thing is loud. Let's just watch a few videos. You tell me what you guys think. That's loud.
Hey, detailers, man, we got to calm down, because before all pump sprayers weren't worth the shit. So now it looks like they got it figured out. It's just loud now. So let's enjoy. I know these guys in the video. I know someone that's enjoying working with when I see it. I don't see their faces, but how they were moving.
Everybody's excited. Everybody's super excited. Yes. We had that experience, 3 years ago?
When
there wasn't a lot of people rocking with these things about 3 years ago. We had our fun and our experience with it, and we were excited. So, but then we all know how that went. So it's kind of, I'm not excited yet.
I think I trust IK in this one. They got the compressor. They had the compressor for the big joint, the 12 one. And this one took a long time coming, man. So
I haven't had anything go out by IK. So you know what? I think I'm right there with you too.
I
think I'm there with you too.
I think they proved it.
Because they got a quality build.
Yeah.
And they are the name they are the biggest name. The best. Everybody has their opinions on that.
But anybody was going to get it right, maybe we're going to get it right.
I think we're going to order one. I haven't ordered one yet, but I think we're going to get one. I saw Car Supplies Warehouse got that thing too. They all got it, but I saw Car Supplies Warehouse just posted up on there. So details, Tim, if you guys want to pick it up. But yeah, that's one I think we're going to have to get just for the sake of, because that thing is loud. If I'm going to be that loud, I'm just going to go with the big boy. The Phone Pro 12 with the battery that we got, because you're getting way more output and it's a lot easier.
I think it's loud, but it works.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It works. I think I'll trade the pump in for the loudness for now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a better option for most people. If you guys have it, let us know if you like it. If you guys are thinking about getting it, let us know. If you guys have had one of these battery pump sprayers in the past, let us know. I think this is one of those tools that's going to keep getting better and better over time.
There's a lot of room for improvement.
Yes.
Right? So
yes. So shout out to IK for putting it out there and doing your thing. Because they make industrial stuff too. So if they're making shit for the industrial scene, you know it's gonna hold up for us, which is all good. So that's a little bit of the new heat on the streets right now.
put Chocolate Thunder in the IK. Ooh-wee.
This was actually from one of our clients. It's getting hot out there.
Ooh-wee,
It's getting hot out there. We finished up our day at what time? So
A little like about 10:45.
So we finished up at 10:45 and it was getting warm. So that was our second appointment of the day, and it was getting warm.
Oh,
Client comes out and she goes, "Oh, you guys want anything to drink?" And we always bring the stuff that we bring our own stuff. Oh, we're good.
yeah.
And
he said, no. I was like, yo, man. She asked for a cold Pepsi. By the time she took her, I didn't want to be rude at that point.
He wasn't talking for me.
So I was hoping she'll come back. You guys see, I couldn't wait for her to say. And then,
So at the
end, she goes, "You guys sure you don't?" Yes, we'll take some Pepsi. And she brought out 2 each.
When you don't drink soda, like we really don't. At least I try to reserve when I do drink this much sugar or whatever. But yeah, so it was getting hot, and we were talking about clients. Like this whole subject is about clients. And we were talking to this client this was a very good experience, right? This client,
Yeah,
very good referred client, comes out, introduced herself, asks us, is there anything else you guys need? Nice neighborhood, everything. Like she almost didn't want to go back inside because she was like, there got to be something else I can do for you guys. Like now we got everything. She wanted to make sure that we had everything we needed to do the job the best way we could. So those are the type of qualities you want to look for in a client. But we're going to have a whole video on that. But in the meantime, we have a video. This one talks about stuff that the client doesn't care about.
That most clients don't care about. Most people, most consumers don't care about.
Yeah. This is a big one because we see a lot of guys doing too much where it ends up costing you money.
That should happen early on in your career.
And you should learn from that really quickly.
Yeah. For other people that's saying like I ain't getting paid enough to do, you're not.
Yeah.
You sure are not. You absolutely not. About again, what clients, customers do not care about.
Yeah. So what's one thing we got what do we got on the list over here? They don't care. Ooh, this one's gonna shake some stuff up. They don't care about your products. The clients don't care about your products.
Okay, products as in
what you're using. Yes. Because people try to make the excuse and justify price and all this stuff based off of the chemicals that they use. Oh, well, I use this. That's really not of the client's concern. They just want the throw up clean.
Right.
Or they want the stain gone, or they want the leather. You know what I'm saying? Most consumers are not thinking, what's the pH value on that?
Yeah.
What's the most of the time you'll get something like, how long is that going to take to dry? Like that's as deep as their interest goes into. They're putting trust in you that you're going to do what you're going to do and you know what you're doing.
Yeah. When can I drive it?
Yes, they're more concerned with shit like that.
Most of them.
We're not talking all of them. We're talking most of the clients out there. So I think when we're thinking so deeply into some stuff, making decisions and doing the work, we overdo a lot of things that they don't even notice. They're not going to notice. I think when we shoot that far, when we over deliver that much, it's kind of like, okay, how much is that over delivery no longer even considered? Well, where it's like, well, you should just charge people, you do all that.
I think they over deliver because of what the lack of things they have on the front end to deliver as the customer service. They have to go to what they the work.
Yes, the work.
Okay, they can't get them smooth the other way.
Sense.
So let me get them with this over here.
Yes. Okay. But as far, so let's go back to products. We got a little out of, that was some good points there. I like that. That was a really good one. Yeah. Because I never thought about that at all. And I try to think about this stuff all the time.
It just popped in my head right now.
Yeah. As far as your products, what's this? Sal has a good one when you talk about the products. Because, people always say, oh, well, it all does the same thing. Or the people that just say your products don't carry. Like, it doesn't matter what your clients think. Your clients don't need to know.
Right. Well, like, people say all the time.
But you should.
Exactly.
You should care what you're using.
Retailers like, oh, it doesn't matter.
My client doesn't care what I'm using.
Right. I got you, but you should. The professional should.
Yes. So when I say that, I don't mean it like use whatever works for you. That's safe. That's good. That's delivering optimal quality work for what you're doing and who you're doing it for and the price you're doing it within. But as far as a customer standpoint, they don't. Do they really care?
No.
Every once in a while, I'll kick some product knowledge on them. Like today, we used the motor blast. She asked, "What is that?"
Yes.
She saw us do the same thing. She saw us close a thing. She walked in the house, and then I opened it up in front of her and explained it. She was fascinated.
Back to the client though, but this client, like,
how you gonna do that with chocolate? Can you do that with Chocolate Thunder?
We'll see. We'll see. To the right client, you say Chocolate Thunder. Like, well, let me see. Can I have
this? Chuck said, "What's that?"
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh well.
But yeah, the products, like, they're not too concerned with the products that you're using. I've worked with some products I probably shouldn't have early on clients' cars. I haven't gotten any type of quality or safety concerns brought to my attention. Like, hey man, this shit's tearing up my carpet. Right. It's discolored this. I never had anything like that. So if you're using products that are reputable, I don't think that's not something the client really cares about. So you have a truth right there where people are like, well, your client really doesn't care what you're using. They don't, but you should want to use the safest, most effective stuff that makes your job easier, right?
Well, yeah, man, it's like any job.
So it's something we care about more than the client.
You ever hear anybody say when they're talking about a job or like a job that they're doing, a big job, or somebody that they got in an entanglement with, they got in a fight with, be like, yo, I was working out, I ate right, I slept right, I gave this thing my all, and I still couldn't do it. Like it's. I feel good knowing that we go into the detail, like, hey man, we couldn't get that out. We had the best tools. We tried to have the best tools, the best chemicals, and we didn't get it out. Versus you running with this stuff.
I could have gotten out if I had this, but I didn't want to spend the extra $10. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, like you're putting limitations on yourself.
Yeah, like man, if I had this stuff, I could have got it. Bro.
Yeah, because I've been nice as far as technically, probably since I started messing with the Meguiar stuff. And I went heavy with Meguiar's, then I went heavy with P&S, and then Detail Division, Coach Chemi, kind of messing around with a little bit of O'Burke right now. So there's different lines and stuff that you can do different things with. But I think, in my opinion, it's important to try everything as a whole to see how it works together. Because some things are just formulated to work that finish off together a little bit better. And, they have different attributes. That's why we try not to go too far away. And also you want to familiarize your stuff. So does a client really, really care about what you're using? And the answer really is probably close to like 95 to 98% of the time, no. I could easily say that. Go ask all the clients that you've had for over a year. Hey, do you know what type of chemicals I use? They'll be like, that's your job. Does your gardener say, hey, you know what kind of fertilizer I use?
Nah.
Like, is anyone else? The painters will do that because that's kind of an important thing. Like, oh no, I only use House of Colors here. That's all we spray here is House of Color. Or I only sell this. Like, they're authorized to.
Sherman, what was that shirt?
Kelly Moore or is it Sherman? One of those big paint ones when people say that it's kind of like a stunt, like this is what I'm putting on.
That and they got the big contracts, so they got all the paint. So if you want me to use the other paint, like it's gonna cost you.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it makes their job easier too. I guarantee it makes their job easier.
Hey,
so clients don't care about what you use. Just get the job done right and safely.
I think they do care about what you use when let's say you roll up to a client and you're using super clean. They open their garage and there's super clean in their garage. Like you should be feeling a little embarrassed. Like the client comes up, man, I got super clean too.
Yeah.
You just got that at Home Depot. I got it at Home Depot. Or I got, you know what I mean? It could be a little.
You gotta put yourself right there. Now you looking like a real DIYer. Huh. Oh no, but it works great for everything. I've been caught up doing that before.
It happens.
Yeah. I wouldn't call that slipping, but it's kind of like maybe I shouldn't. Maybe there's something better out there that I can get that I can, maybe I should not be getting the best O'Reilly has to offer. Maybe but you do that. That's experience. It should be with experience. Yeah. There's some shit I rock with O'Reilly. Yeah. I'm picking some acid here.
It all happens. We all learn. We all grow.
Yeah. So product, don't worry about too much about it because the client's really not. So if you're mobile about using their power and water, this is another one that a lot of guys get freaked out about. Guys are thinking too much. Like clients do not care if you hook up to their water and power. Usually if it's a good client, they're going to ask if there's anything that you need because they understand you're providing a convenience if you're mobile and you're going to them. They're not going to ask you that question if they're dropping off. But if you're going to them and it's a really good client, I'm going to know they're a considerate person just by them saying, okay, is there anything else that you need from me? Because I kind of lay it down, what they're getting, how they're going to get it. This is how it's going to go. This is how it's going to work. And already they're kind of put at ease. Okay, well, you already took everything off my, is there anything I can do? Kind of like that. But I think you got to set them up nice to do that. But somewhere within there, I let them know we are going to need access to power and water.
Hey man, as detailing is getting more and more people are getting familiar with it. A lot more people are open up to it. You think that it's going to come to a point where the client is going to frown upon? You know what I mean? Because there's so many detailers out there, mobile. And if you're coming to the scene and you don't have that stuff, it's like, well, I kind of want to go with a detailer that has their own stuff. Yeah. As this thing, as it keeps growing, you do think at some point it is going to matter?
I don't know, because I think everything is based off of the work you're doing. Because I've done really, really low level work where I didn't have water, so I had to use the rinseless process. But I've also been at the top of the food chain. To most people would consider this is the top. Like this is like the collection detailing, and it's kind of the same process. So the in between is the weird part.
Yeah.
So I don't think process is too much of a big deal, especially now with the age of battery tools. Like, I think that frees you up quite a bit. You don't need power. You could just run with batteries.
Right.
Like, literally, you could do everything off of batteries these days. You could do a blower off of batteries, polisher off of batteries, pressure washer off of batteries, everything off of battery, except for steam. But you could do a vacuum. You could even do compressed air off of battery. You're not going to get a lot, but the option is there. We've done it all.
I think at some point, it is going to matter.
You think so?
Yeah, at some point, yeah. You know, Tarif peeking his head out, energy prices, water prices. It was just, you know what I mean? Just anything for someone to be like, nah, man, I'm already paying you this amount of money.
Like it's going to be more of a commodity?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think.
Kind of like going to a restaurant, you got to cook a little bit of it. They're like, you got to make the bread. Yeah.
Hey, like, because right, a lot of those restaurants you go to, I remember I told my boy, let's go over here. He goes, is that where you got to cook it? And I was like, yeah.
I ain't trying to do the work.
And he goes, nah. He was like disgusted. He's like, nah, why would I do that?
Yeah. That's
you mean I got to go out to eat and cook my own food? Like,
I don't know.
I was like, oh.
What
You
if
put it that way, we ain't going there.
If a client said that to me, if I'm trying, hey man, I need water, and I need air.
Like we'd be like, dang, bro, like
What else? You need lunch?
yeah. You want to go lay down? You tired? Right? So
Oh, you want more money?
That's how I look at it. Like, yeah, it's 50-50. I know it's never said that.
Yeah.
But there is gonna come somebody. So
Yeah.
like, dang man, you want to take a nap?
What else you want? You want to move into?
Because you didn't get one of those. Okay? You gonna get one of those? Can say, well, shoot.
No, go Tony. Huh?
You should be paying me.
Tony.
You might as well be paying me to do my car. Maybe they get there. It's coming. I'm pretty sure it happened to somebody out there.
Let us know, guys. This is a good topic. Oh man, I'm sure there's some stories out there, but I've never had any problems with it. So from my experience, clients don't care. They don't care. But if you run into somebody like Uncle Tony or Sal, you might get a little hassled.
And for them boys that like to run with the 10,000 watt generator, like you can't be hooked. If you're losing the electricity, you can't be hooking up 5 things at once. That's going to be
That's true.
That's a problem for them.
Yeah,
for them boys.
Yeah, don't try putting the mighty into no normal socket.
They use the
pulling
mighty,
some
the
amps,
vacuum,
yeah.
everything, extractor. Yeah, mighty.
So yeah, they're power and water. I guess these are becoming more 50-50. We're getting good perspective on this because it's changing my mind.
Yeah.
They don't care too much about your setup is another one. As long with the exceptions that they have some sort of standards.
Yes.
Like as far as like it's clean, it doesn't look ragged. It's not it's not obscenely loud, dirty, sloppy. What's another way to describe?
Well, like because a lot of these setups, they're working.
Yes.
It gets the job done. I get it. But if something looks like shit, it looks like shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Well, I don't care. Yeah, you got your hustling and all that, but it still looks like shit.
Yeah.
You can do something.
You can do, and and we're not talking. You got to spend money.
No.
Because I understand. I've been at the very beginning stages where I literally had to start from nothing, from zero, to try to make money, and I didn't put money in unless I was getting money out. So I started very, very small. So.
Well, we didn't have we weren't very rich, but we were always fly with no money. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of a personal thing too, is how do you present yourself? How are you comfortable? Are you comfortable being in public like that? Because for me, I'm not. I want to make sure I don't want to feel insecure in that way. Like, man, it's just like some people, they need their haircut. They're like, man, if I'm not fresh, I ain't going out. I'm not stepping out if I'm not feeling fresh.
So setups.
Yeah, so I think the setup should be
setups.
Kind of one of those things you take pride in. It's a look. Put it this way, it's a look inside of your business.
Well,
and that may be the only look some people ever get is, okay, that's all I know about them is that they are sloppy like that. They do good work, but man, because I've seen some other tradesmen too where I'm like, God damn, like, what are you doing? How is that? Tell me how you function. Because this shit is wild in here. Yeah. Like mad wires and just crazy shit, like hazards, just insane. And I understand a lot of people are like, hey man, I can't afford this. But you can't afford not to organize that shit. Because that's costing you money. Like you can make some shit. Like I'm not the most handy, but I'll make some shit to get more organized. So when a client sees some wild shit like that, we were at a training this past week in Livermore. Shout out to everybody that went to the training and all the instructors, KCX fam. We were having a discussion with the student. And he was like telling me the areas he wants to work in. And it's an area that I'm familiar with. So I said, oh, you can't go. Don't think you can do this or that or this. Like a bunch of things. He goes, you're right. Like I cannot go up in that neighborhood doing that. Like he got it. He's like, okay, cool. And from then on, like I would make references towards things. I say, that's the type of shit you don't do over there. So he was kind of like, okay, I get it now. It's exciting because you see their creative minds working. They're like, oh, I'm gonna get him in smooth with this.
And really, if you can't do them there, you shouldn't be doing them anywhere. You know what I'm saying? To be particular, but the levels of this, right? That's something you can control. Yeah.
You can control that and fix that yourself. If you got to call your wife or somebody, hey man, can you help me just get this clean, organize it? Mm-hmm. That goes such a long way, not just on the productivity side, but everything from inventory. Because if you're sloppy like that with, say a mobile rig or shop, your inventory is completely out of line. Because if you're unorganized, it just trickles all the way down. It trickles all the way down. And anything else that you have a flaw with, now that's 2 points against you. They're like, he's sloppy and he's always late.
You're done.
Now I know why he's always late. Because look how sloppy. There's no way. And that may not be the case. It may just be that you're a busy dude.
And he's using my water.
Yeah, just keep your stuff in order, man. It's something you can control.
But I do
big
see
difference.
Clients.
We're saying clients don't care about like how fancy your shit is.
No. I think they more care about what, like, when you pull up in a Tesla, the guy shows up in a Tesla and you start bringing out the reel, they're like, oh, that's in there.
Yeah.
They're intrigued.
I think there's a level of intrigue. Yes.
Let me see what you got going on in here. You're doing all this. My car looks like this and you have that. Like, oh man, you're good, brother.
Yeah.
You are good.
But all the dudes that do it well, all their shit is smooth like that. Like Jamie. Jamie got 2-3 dudes out there all day long. He got his stuff. He's like, he's talking about coming up to Revive and getting his shit corrected. He's like, no, I want my shit to be smooth.
What's my man with the van? He had the Astro van that he was just selling. That thing was clean. What's his name?
Wet Look. Yeah, Wet Look. Yeah, the blue one?
That thing is dope.
Yeah.
Man. That thing, you can roll
up. It gets attention,
You can roll up anywhere.
Yeah. That's a 90s van. It got the deep wheels. It has his logo on. It looks very retro. It looks cool. It's just a cool unit. In those cases, yes. But I'm talking about if you have an average one, like just keep it clean and organized and workable. There's a lot you can do to mask a lot of the stuff. Hey. Just make it workable. Like people it doesn't have to be like we see gardeners, we see your stuff gets roughed up.
Yeah.
So there's a level where you kind of have to have some grace. Like, okay, this shit, it's a work vehicle. Like I'm working, this ain't no show vehicle. This shit's gonna get beat up a little bit, no matter how much I try to keep it clean. So I think everybody knows that. But when you see a painting company come and their cars are nice and clean, it's like, oh shit, okay. But man, you show up wearing white to detail, like, oh man, these dudes, they're on another level.
As a business owner, you can't fall into that trap and make that excuse as though it was a thought that counts. No, the action counts.
Yes.
The thought and the action count.
Yeah.
Just put that in there. People make it, you try to do a good thing. Like, no, that does not matter.
That don't cut it. That doesn't cut it. You get 0 points. 0 points. In this category, I get 0 points. Just be organized, man. Your clients aren't too concerned with that. That's not something that's on the top of their mind. Oh, did they get a build in their rig? It's not something. So when people are like, oh, I want to impress clients or I want to get clients, sometimes a rig is not the way. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's just kind of, I don't know. I think it's preference. I think it's a preference thing.
I've seen some rigs that are like really, really nice, but I don't understand how. I can see why they're not getting clients because their engagement, their customer service is like, man, you talk to me like that? Like, hey man, he got a nice rig. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
there's some details.
Like you need a nice rig because you ain't talking to him nice.
And you know what's cool is we roll up on detailers all the time. If we're out somewhere, might not be working, or we're on our way to an event, and there was a detailer. We're like, "Yeah, what's going on? Oh, you're gonna be at so and so tonight?" They're like, huh? It's like, are you alive? It's like there's nothing back there. What if I was a customer saying, "Hey, can I get such and such for, you know?
Yeah.
Like how is it, if their engagement is that bad, like their communication, how do you think it is with clients?
Yeah.
Like it has to be very, very rough. So those are things that we tell people right away. Like, hey man, you got to soften up. Like you're over here wondering why you don't get clients. It looks, you're giving them, it feels like you're staring me down, homeboy. Like calm down. But I think what we were trying to say with that one is you don't have to have all this fancy shit. Just be organized. Like that goes a long way, right? Like clients don't care if you're working out of a Toyota Tundra, you know? They don't care if you're working out of I was working out of a Baja. Like that's not even a full-size truck. That's like that ain't even a mini truck.
That's like a little.
So people rolled up there like that. This fool rolled up in this. Like he's gonna do my car, but that thing was clean. Clients knew with that shine, like, man, what do you got on that car? That little car. Cool thing. But as far as like, oh, you're not using you're not using a such and such, they ain't worried about all that. They're not worried about all that.
I'll tell you what, just what you can do at all. Man, if you're missing a hubcap on your rig or your car.
Oh, get that fixed ASAP.
ASAP.
We have extra sets for our rig.
Yeah.
I made sure that wasn't going to happen again.
Because that thing, there ain't nothing you can do to make that look pretty.
So the next topic that clients care or don't care about, we're changing the name of this one, is about your certifications. Ooh. Most of them don't even know they have certifications for us as detailers. And how do you feel about certifications? We never really talked about this, right? This is this one's a hot topic too. People get all worked up over this one because you got two schools of thought.
I do.
On this one.
I do. But it just still applies to everything. You could go to any school and still be a jackass. You know what I mean? There's some shitty doctors out there that you wouldn't. A certification is just a certification. Does it hold merit? It holds merit to the people that, you know what I mean?
Can you fail a certification? Or is it kind of like everybody gets a trophy?
In detailing, I would say they want your money. So they ain't failing you, pimping. If you got a certification, you paying some money, so that we cannot fail this. President's son ain't getting cut for no football team. Yeah. No, it's not happening.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. So certifications, like, and certifications and trainings, two separate things. We're not talking about that. Certification and completion, that releases more liability from you. Like, hey, we're just saying he completed it. I don't know how much this man retained, but he finished it. He didn't quit. My man didn't quit. So, but those are different. Those are trainings, obviously from training.
Certification. Oh, he paid money. You paid money.
So with trainings are always going to bring back knowledge, whether it's hands-on, book, whatever experience. Like those are things we highly encourage. But as far as chasing certifications, have you ever had a client ask you about a certification ever?
No.
Me neither.
No.
And you know what? I worked in the medical field. You know how many times people get asked for certifications there?
But again, this could be the same thing. Like your client shouldn't care, but as a professional,
you should care.
You should care and what
you should care.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what type? Yeah. Again, so this is
because you're going to get better understanding of whatever. Yeah. You know
again,
what I mean? Because you're learning.
The client doesn't care, but you should. So you should get certifications to make yourself better, but the client doesn't care about that.
Yeah. Because I think some people try to get certifications to show like, oh, well, if I have this, I'll get more clients because I'll be more professional.
Also, too, man, people are just like they're just. I know some people just laugh. It's like, bro, you're cleaning a car. What kind of certification you need?
Yeah,
you're cleaning a damn car.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's more to it and all that, but yeah, you're right.
To them, it's like, well, how much certification do you actually need?
What if your landscaper came up and said, "Man, I'm certified," and you know, you'd be like, "Cut my grass, dog." Now, it'll be different if the dude say like, "Yo, he worked grounds for a famous football field, stadium or something." You know what I mean?
I don't think anyone's gonna pull those receipts, man.
Yet.
I don't think anybody's
Yet.
going to pull those receipts.
There may become a time. There may come
Who are
a
you
time.
certified by?
Yeah. Yeah. Myself. Okay, and I want to make this clear too. We're not clowning learning and education.
No.
That's
no.
not what
We're talking
saying.
about the certification part of this.
Just to say you have
Yes.
like the learning.
Because
that's
I've
not what we're talking about.
never, I think maybe in one discussion with another detailer, someone asked, what certifications do you have? And I said, I don't have any, but in actuality, I do. I have a few. And I was like, oh shit, I do have certifications because I actually learned how to do something like from the company. They showed you a way. They all do it a little bit different based off of what it is you're using or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like a workshop. You're learning. It's a training. But as far as like saying, hey, here, client, how am I trying to put
It's just like saying, "Oh, do you have your degree?"
Yes.
Yes. That's all. That's all. Again, I'm not saying anything that education is bad. I'm just saying that the title of
like all we're saying is does it really make that much of a difference to a client?
Mm-hmm.
In most cases, no. From our experience, all levels, from everything,
and obviously professions are, but the type of profession is going to differ. Barbershop, you ain't be talking about barbershop. They ain't certified. They ain't, you know what I mean? License.
Yeah. But when I was working in medical, they would, because my position was the one who would always have to provide the, licenses. Okay, hey, we need this, we need certification for blah, 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 whatever, blah, blah. Those are different because those are compliances. You have to stay with them. Those are regulated by the government. So you can't avoid them. You have to stay on top of them. The industry here, we don't have anything that says, oh, you have to stay on top of anything. They don't know, like, oh, what does that certification mean? I don't even know what that means, type of deal. With the client's probably looking at it from that perspective. Like, okay, that's cool, but I didn't ask you that, and I don't care. Like, what do you?
Well, I think if clients did care, I mean, there's a market. I think there's a market for like Turtle Wax, McGuire's. Like, yeah, I'm certified for McGuire's. Because if people could relate, oh, he knows McGuire's or Armor. Those
like
are all
chemical guys certified.
Yeah, if you say that, like, oh, okay, I use that stuff for you, but you're certified, okay. Might hold a little different way.
Yeah, well, because they all do that. They all do that stuff, yeah. Huh. Interesting. Because does Adams do classes and all that stuff?
Might as well say
those bigger
Adams
ones are the ones that the
certified.
consumers would know.
Yeah. Pretty good. We dropped the gym for
Yeah,
him.
sure did. Adams, holla at your boys.
Right. Do clients care about scratches on their vehicle? And when I say scratches, I'm talking about the stuff that we polish out. I'm not talking. When I say okay, I wanna get the difference clear. What we see as scratches as detailers is different than what the client sees. When the client talks about a scratch, they're talking about like a scuff. They're talking about like a key, like a dent. That's the scratches they're talking about.
Yeah. Every once in a while, somebody will say, hey, just to get these little lines out.
Yes.
That's a really particular person. A small select group of people.
You know why they what do we the love mark? What we call the swirl. Okay, that's not clients don't care about swirls.
Yes.
They do care about scratches.
Yeah.
But do not care about swirls and what polish and what takes the stuff off. They do not care about it.
Yeah.
And the proof is, look at how many cars that you touch that have the Mr. sticker on it. Even the ones that you maintain. They got some type of membership in the car wash. They don't care about scratches. Which leads to my next thing. We care a lot more about the swirls than anybody else.
Yeah.
Even more than the guy that builds his car.
Yeah. They're not noticing that at all until you point it out to them. Which is cool if you're trying to sell it.
Yes.
But if you're not trying to sell it, you're just, you're pointing something out that's unflattering. Why would you do that if that's not, oh, by the way, it's looking tore up. See all these scratches?
They're like, I don't see no scratches. They do not care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
So it's, there's some people who know But there's some people also, if you want to sell them and that's what they're looking for, and that's what
we should rank the things that they're most worried about. And Swirls will not.
Oh,
be
that's
there.
bottom of the totem pole for them.
I put at the top when it comes to the exterior, water spots. They know what water spots are. Water spots make your car look old and ugly.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come get these water spots off. Well, I got to polish. I don't care about all that, man. Just I want the water spots off. How much?
And they've tried everything.
Yeah.
Usually at that point, they've tried
they
everything.
care. They definitely care about some water spots, which you're going to have to polish out because you're going to probably have to scratch it more.
Man, I've done some major water. I've brought some cars back from water spots.
They care about water.
Insanely. We did one not too long ago. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I had to come back home and get more acid. Yeah. I threw away a whole bucket full of towels because I wasn't going to let that run off. As far as the paint condition, if it's like a 6 and up, most clients don't even know that it could get shiny or they want it looking that much better. Every once in a while, they know, okay, but it's not. They ain't tripping off of that.
No.
They ain't tripping off of that. So for all of you that are saying, man, I don't want to coat a car with just pass that money off somewhere else. And
that and the proof is in how many times what's the average car a family gets every 2 years?
It's like 2.5 years the last time I checked.
And if you're getting your car detailed, most likely that number is lower.
Yeah. Those cars are going through those car washes. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, yo, I already know how you're going to treat this car. And not saying they're going to treat it bad, but if it's somebody with a busy lifestyle, they're not going to be hand washing it.
No.
They're going to go the best for their budget in the fastest amount of time. And what's that? The drive-through. It's seeing that drive-through. They don't know what's going to happen to and we've seen so many different types of cars. Some cars look beat up after going through that thing like for a few weeks. Sometimes people go back, man, I've been going through it for years and my car still looks good. And some of those cars do. But if I tell a client, hey man, I already know how you're going to treat the car, might as well throw a coating on it to protect it for some amount of that.
And see, all these things that we just said, customers don't care about your chemicals, customers don't care about the swirls. We said a lot of things that relate to the actual job itself. Goes to show you, clients care about your customer service.
Yes.
Like, none of that stuff was on here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Clients care about you.
That goes to show you what you need to be concentrating on.
They're not so concerned with these. These are concerns that are at the bottom of the totem pole. Like we said, the top of the totem pole is, are you answering your phone? Can I communicate with this person? Are they going to show up on time? Are they going to try to sell me more shit when they get here? Can I trust them?
Are they not going to embarrass me in front of my neighborhood?
Yeah. Yeah. Or I'm not going to go out of my way and take it to this shop, waste my time going there, coming back, and then not being happy with the job. Like, that's terrible. You know, they spend a lot of money and you keep the car for 2 days and then they take it back home. Whatever your situation is, they want it to be as smooth as possible. They want the transaction to go smooth. They want the communication to go smooth. They want the service to go smooth. And they want the closing to be smooth. If you could just focus on those things and stop focusing on this stuff, because some of this shit will take up your time and you're putting your energy in the wrong place.
All your money is right here.
Yeah. So don't be too concerned with that. And if you guys are kind of curious of what your customer needs, ask them. That's the easiest way to give a better level of customer service. Just ask the client and whatever it is. Hey, do you mind if? Hey, would you like me to? Hey, just ask them questions. Are you okay with this? How many times do we do that? Karen, hey, are you okay with this? Or do you want me to go for a little bit more clarity? Or do you want me to do this, but then we're stepping into a danger zone? And they're like, you know what? That's cool. We're good. Mm-hmm. Then at the wrap up, it's not like, hey, I didn't get it out. It's like, no, I already told you what was going down here. So that little tap in the middle of the job, or a lot of the good shops also, they'll call, hey, everything's looking good. Everything for me is text. Whether you're mobile or you dropped off, I'm texting. Hey, we're on schedule for a 12 p.m. pickup, like the whole time. That's what people are concerned about. Then when you get here and the car looks good, they don't matter. But if you got all these hiccups and all this stuff that you're trying to do in between and you're worried about this stuff, you're dropping somewhere in the business because you can't have everything. You got to compromise somewhere in business, and I would say compromise first on stop caring stop like reprogram your mind to stop thinking that they care about the things that you care about as a detailer.
If you again, they don't care about the swirls, they care about the scratches and the paint chips.
Yeah. And most people, they just want their car shiny.
They want it clean.
Hey man, just clean it and put a spray wax on it. That's what most clients
clean, smell good, shiny.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got, man.
I'll catch you guys on the next one.